Hey everybody, it's Miss Bowen. I'm back again for us to learn about dialogue today. So let's go ahead and get started. Today, we're going to learn about dialogue. Well, what is dialogue? Dialogue are conversations between characters in a story. And you're going to need this dialogue when you're doing your writing pieces. They could be characters, or they could be, if you're writing a narrative, real life people, conversations that they have. That's what dialogue is. And we have to have punctuation with that dialogue so we can understand who's doing the talking and what they're saying. So to be successful, we're going to identify parts of dialogue. The first thing we're going to identify is what we call the tagline. The tagline is who's doing the talking. We got to identify that. And again, we refer to it as the tagline. You know, when we play a game of tag, we touch the person who's it. So we're going to tag the character or the person in the story doing the talking. We're going to use commas correctly so that we use those for separation between our tagline and the actual quote or conversation that's going on. And we're going to use quotation marks correctly. They go around what was being said by your character. Now, in some of our modules, they have some little cartoon characters. They have Quad and Quinny, who are going to be the quotation marks. Quad are the ones that go to the left. Quinny are the ones that go to the right, and there's two of them, so they refer to them as twins, okay? And then they use, I think it's Carl, as the comma for separation in some of the modules for some of the different grades. But we all need to know about quotation marks, commas, and taglines to be successful today. So let's take a look at a sentence. This first sentence I've got here says, Miss Key said, don't get stung. You know, we keep saying don't get stung because our little bee is our little mascot, you might want to say, for Babel. So when you get stung, that means something's not working for you. It's bothering you. So we're going to make sure we clear that up. Miss Key said, don't get stung. The first thing we're going to do is identify the tagline. Who did the talking? Well, in this sentence, we know it's Miss Key who does the talking. So we're going to underline our tagline. Let me grab a marker in a different color here. Let's underline our tagline, Miss Key, and then we need the verb or the action she used to show she's the one who did the talking. This one's easy to find because it's the word said. If somebody said something, you know they're talking. So we're going to underline our tagline. I'm going to underline it up here too so you can identify it. Your tagline is who's doing the talking. Now we got to find out what they said. And it will be a sentence all to itself. Is this a sentence, don't get stung? Yeah, it's a complete sentence, but it is implied who the noun is. The noun is you. It's telling you, don't get stung, or whoever Miss Key's talking to in the sentence. So don't get stung is the quotation. It's what was being said. So we put two quotation marks going that way, the twins, you might want to say, and then we put two going this way. Notice they go after the punctuation because remember, this needs to be a complete sentence. So our end quotation marks go after our punctuation there. Now that just leaves us with where we're going to put our comma. Carl, the comma is used for separation, okay? So we want to separate our tagline from our quote. So our comma is always going to go at the end of our tagline. And commas look like this. They're going to be a dot with a little tail on the end of it, okay? It sits on the line at the bottom of your word, your lowercase letter there. It will sit there and come around. That's your comma. So Miss Key said, comma, quotation marks, don't get stung. Your end punctuation goes there and your quotation mark goes after it. Okay, let's try one more because sometimes the tag is not always going to be at the beginning. Sometimes it's a little more difficult. Let's look at this one. Too late, cried Miss Bowen. Apparently I got stung. So let's find the tag first and let's underline it. That would be Miss Bowen. I'm the one doing the talking. And cried is the verb telling you how I said it. I didn't just say it. I cried it out because I got stung. So cried Miss Bowen is our tagline. let's put the quotation marks around what I said. I said too late. Okay? Remember, it comes after that punctuation. This has to be a sentence. Too late. All right. Now, where's the comma going to go? We don't have to put a comma when our tagline is at the end of the sentence, because we already have punctuation that's in here inside of our quote. Okay? Up here we needed a comma because our tagline came first. We don't need a comma when our tagline is at the end. I hope this helps you on remembering about dialogue in your writing and some of the sentences that you'll have to correct in your modules. If you have trouble with it, remember you can always come back and watch this video, or you can talk to Miss Key or I while we are inside our hive time or in our morning meeting. Tell us, hey, stay on for a minute. I'm having trouble with quotation marks and commas. We'll be glad to help you. All right, have a good day.